Hi guys, welcome back to another episode. So if most of you don't know, in Dobby there's no external fan on the roof or anything like that. I have used the Eva Polar, I've used other wee handheld fans, I've used USB-C fans, but to be honest none of them are cutting it. Maybe until now. So I hope I'm pronouncing the name right. Ogery reached out and asked if I'd like to review their 3-in-1 F21 camping fan with stand. How is it 3-in-1 you ask? Well, it's a fan, a light and a power bank. Let's get it open. So in the box, stand, USB-C charging cable, the unit itself, and a manual as well. So that's everything you get in the box. So first impressions, it's pretty plasticky, but it is light, so I think if you made it out of anything else it would be a wee bit heavier. Aye, let's dig into it. So from top to bottom, the unit is 16 inches tall, and when you add the tripod stand it goes from 32.5 inches up to 46.5 inches. There is a wee hidden feature, but I'm not showing you it yet, so we'll get to that. On the top, we've got a nice wee carry handle. So the F21 has got a rechargeable 20,000 mAh battery, and from the stats on Ogery's website, it will last from 12 hours all the way up to 138 hours just on the fan. And using the USB-C slot, you can fast charge it in 4.5 hours. Of the 3-in-1 things that it can do, you can also use this as a power bank because of that 20,000 mAh battery. If you look on the back, you've got two different USB ports, one USB-C and one USB-A. The USB-C is an in and out port, whereas the USB-A is only an output. So you could charge this while using it and also charge a phone or, you know, anything else that you've got that's USB. So you could charge the fan, use it at the same time, as well as charge like a phone in that as well. So in terms of airflow, the F21 has got an adjustable airflow rate at 5.2 ms, which can be fully adjusted with this wee knob down here. It's got a front and back tilt of up to 270 degrees. And it's also got multi-angle rotation from 30 degrees to 120. So rather than just cool yourself down, you can cool the room down, or others in the room as well. On the Ogery website, they say it's round about 30 decibels loud, but I don't know how well the mic's going to pick it up. The mic might make it louder than what it is, but we'll try it. So I don't know if you can hear that, but that's at full wind speed, and I can still talk, I'm not talking over it, but it is really powerful. And I'm going to get scientific here as well, with a bit of toilet paper. So this will show you the airflow, and we'll just see how far it goes back. So my hand's coming all the way back and it's still going. So it does have a pretty good reach, but again you can hardly hear it. That's my scientific test. The dial is an infinite dial, but as you can hear it's beeping to tell me that it's at max speed, and it will do the same for when I go to the low speed. So on the front of it you've got at the top the battery indicator, which is broken into 25% increments, and then below that you've got a timer which is 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hours and 8 hours, and then below that is basically the direction that you've got it going in. So you've got from 30, 60, 90 and 120. To get the rotation going you press the top left, and that's going to go at 30 degrees. Initially it starts up, it will do a full 120 and then it will basically go into whatever you've set it at. So as you can see now it's only going at 30. And you just press the button again to find how much wide you want it. And then the L button at the top right is basically your length of how long you want the fan to be on for. Below that is another button, we'll get to that in a second, but the very bottom button is just a light button, so basically you can turn all these lights off by just pressing it and the fan will keep going. So it's just obviously if you're using it at night. So we've touched on the fact that it's a fan, we've touched on the fact that it's a portable power bank. Let's touch on the light now. So the LED light that's incorporated is a nice touch. Bright enough for a campsite, for a tent, in a van, car camping, and you could also use it as a fill light if you're a content creator. You just want a nice soft light hitting your face. So to activate the LED you press the middle button, and that's on the low setting. Press it again for the middle and there's the high setting, and then to turn it off you just press it again. If you were just to use the LED light without the fan you would get 152 hours on the lowest setting. On the medium setting you'll get 77 hours, and on the top setting you'll get 33 hours worth. The light stays on as it moves as well, and you can obviously adjust it how you see fit. I don't know why you'd have it up that way, but you can. So this is just to give you a wee idea of how bright it is. So this is on the low setting, which is alright. It's a nice ambient light, the low light, middle, and then full. Even on the highest setting, it's not going to fill a massive space, but to see what you're doing, to grab things, everything else, aye, it's a nice unintrusive light, even on the low setting. And again, for content creators, this is good as a fill light, just having this off at the back. Do you see how it's catching the side of me and it's just lighting there? So I mean, for a bit of moody lighting, you know, it's got you covered. And another cool feature that they've added with the F21, which a lot of companies wouldn't do, is they've given you this stand. And then you can obviously go higher. That's pretty nice, the fact that they've added that. So if you do use it outside at a campsite, obviously this isn't too stable at that, but with this stand it's not going to go anywhere. Also, which I've never seen, if you look at the bottom, you'll see that there's wee holes on each leg. They actually give pegs so that you can put it into the ground, so it's absolutely rock solid and not going anywhere. How cool is that? So if you're ever worried that's going to fall over, no fees are involved. So as you can see, the tripod gives a sturdy platform for the fan to sit on. And again, it also works as a great light source for your campsite as well. Let's take the tripod and the stakes and put them to the side. That isn't the hidden feature that I was going to tell you. This is the hidden feature. This is a hidden feature. It's got a remote control, and the remote control does everything. The lights, you can adjust the fan speed, you can turn on the rotation, you can turn the display off so you don't see the lights, and you can set the timer as well. Every single thing you can do on this, you can do on this. And then to turn it off, you just basically press off. Do you see that? So when you turn the unit off, whether it's from the remote control or from the unit itself, whatever configuration angle this is in, it's going to readjust and set itself back to the starting position. So on the back, just so it's easy and you don't lose it, you can store the remote in the back, like that. So who is this for? I mean, it's a fan, it's a light, it's a power bank, it's for everybody. So whether you're in a camper van, car camping, tent camping, you could use it as a desk fan for the office because it is super quiet. You could even put it on the stand and use it in your bedroom if it's too hot at night. And the fact that it's a power bank, a light and a fan all in one, you don't need to bring an extra light, you don't need to bring one of these wee disposable fans, and you don't need to bring power banks or battery chargers kind of thing. This has got you covered. So let's talk about the pros and cons. So let's start with the LED light. To me, it's non-intrusive. It's a nice fill light. You're going to be able to see what you're doing in your van, your campsite or wherever, but it's not going to be super bright to draw attention. The 20,000 milliamp hour battery is another pro because it cuts the need for taking more power banks about with you. And the fan does help to cool you down. That I've found anyway in the van. I've used it for a week going round Loch Lomond, and there was a couple of nights where it was really warm and this just kept me nice and cool. And I think lastly, the tripod. It might only be a tripod, but Ogery's thought about it. They could have just sold this separately, and the fact that they've included spikes to go through the actual tripod shows it's a company that's thinking about their product and how the product's going to be used. Let's talk about some of the cons. So the first con for me is the material. It is just all plastic. The build quality is spot on, but it's just all plastic. But again, I get why they've done it, because if they were to use anything else, it would just be a lot more heavier. The other con for me is, it's not really a con per se, but when I started using it, the battery was at 100%, so I thought, right, it's a full battery, maybe I should have tried to charge it first. But when I was using it for the week, it was lasting for a good couple of days, but what I noticed is it got to 50% and then it just cut out. So I don't know if the battery management on it needs for me to fully charge it, deplete it and then charge it again so that it gets used to the charging discharging habits. I thought I had 50% left and then it just cut out. I don't think it's a big thing. I think again it's just the battery management. You need to charge it fully, discharge it fully, and then charge it again, and then it should correct itself. So guys, what do you think of the Ogery F21? Do you think that the fan's loud? I mean, I don't feel I'm talking any louder than what I normally talk. So guys, if you want to go and pick this up, I'll leave a link in the description, and if you did go and enjoy the video, why not drop it a wee like and let me know in the comments, and if you haven't already, why not get subscribed and hit that bell notification so you're always notified when I drop a new video. So until the next one guys, peace.